Hey everybody, it's Robin Scherzer with Robin Stampin' Hood. Welcome to the Hood and welcome to my May online club. So if you've not heard, I do a monthly club and I do it in person and I do it online. So if you are interested, here's kind of the rules that you need to go by when it comes to that. You just need to let me know that you're going to do it so I can add you to my list. And you just need to place an order of $50 before tax and shipping on my online store, which you can find at robinscherzer.stampinup.net. And you need to place that order by the 10th of each month to qualify for that month's online club. So once you do that, I will see that, make a note that you have participated. And on after the third Thursday of every month, I will send you your supplies and the shipping is free. Your supplies will include all the cardstock, all the designer series paper, all the embellishments, all the die cuts that might be, or any embossing that might be. That will all be done for you. And then you will also get a video link, this video link, of what we're doing that month. So when you get your supplies, you can go along with the video and make them just like I do. Now, the only caveat is I can't do any stamping for you. You would have to use your own stamps, but I'll let you know every month at the first of the month what suite I'll be using or what stamp sets I'll be using. And you can either buy those with your $50 order, or if you feel like you have a stamp set that matches what I'm going to do, you're welcome to do that too. It's totally up to you. And then after you've done it for 6 months straight, you will receive a little gift from me. So that's it. So it's pretty easy. You just let me know that you want to do it so I can add you to the list, and you place an order by the 10th of each month on my online store, which again is robinscherzer.stampinup.net. And once you do that, by the 10th of the month, you will get that month's supplies along with a video, this video on how to put your supplies together. And then again, after 6 months, I'll send, if you do it 6 months in a row, so it has to be consecutive, you know, May, June, July, etc. I'll give you a free gift on that as well, and I'll keep track of that. But you have to always place a $50 minimum. It can be more, of course, and that has to be before tax and shipping. So if the $50 includes the tax and shipping, you won't qualify for the supplies. So just keep that in mind, that it has to be the subtotal. And again, I ship all that after the third Thursday of each month, which it varies because sometimes we have a Thursday, the first of the month, and then it's really quick. But just make sure you keep in mind that you place that order by the 10th of the month. So you do still have time to get this kit for this month if you like what you're seeing. And what we're going to use this month is the Florals and Bloom DSP with the coordinating Pretty Florals and the Pretty Florals die cuts. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first project we're doing is this cute card. Isn't that adorbs? And we're going to use some of the dies only that are in the kit. Now I will say I did pull my Simply Said stamp set because I wanted to use the Just a Note. You can see in this stamp set there are no sentiments, but you could use anything for this. If you bought this die and in this set, then you can see that you could use anything that's going to fit here. So, but again, you'll get this die cut from me. So what you're going to do is this die cut is from that new fun textured notes. That's an online exclusive and has all the fun little textures around the rectangles. So we're going to use Garden Green. And again, I can't do any stamping for you, so you'll have to have all your own inks and stamps. And so I'm just going to stamp the Just a Note off to the side. And we're going to set that aside for just a second. I'm going to close up my ink because otherwise I know I'll get it all over myself. So then I die cut in Pretty in Pink, And this is, again, part of the Pretty Florals. And this is the fun little piece that goes, we'll get this out of the way so you can see a little bit better. This is the fun little piece that goes on this flower. Now, you want to kind of line it up with, this is the middle, that sits in the middle. And then you're going to kind of line it up with the little notches that you see. One of the gals at our last club figured that out for me. Sometimes I'm not real smart on that. So we're going to do that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine's not going to be. All right. So we just want that lined up on that. And then let's go ahead and put together the base of the card. So we're using Garden Green, and this is just our inside piece because, you know, you need a piece to write on, right, when it comes to sending it. And the dark green is just too dark to write on, in my opinion. So we'll just put the white piece inside. And then on the outside, you're going to, well, let's see what I did with all my paper here. I'll grab it over here. I thought I had a piece out here, but I guess not. So I used Petunia Pop, and you're just going to layer it on the outside. And you keep about 1/4 of an inch border around your card so you can kind of see where I'm just kind of lining it up there. Excuse me. And then look at the pretty paper. That's from the Florals in Bloom. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. It's going to overlap your petunia just a little bit, which is okay, like that. I'm just checking to make sure I'm good. Always make sure you do that when I'm involved in the cutting. Sometimes I cut very late at night and I miss it just a little. All right, so we're just going to lay that like that. Beautiful. All right, and then I'm going to take my Just a Note and lay it across like that. And perfect. This is so easy, you guys. And then I have 2 little leaves, or I did have 2 little leaves. I'm not sure where my 2 little leaves went, but that's okay. We'll compromise here. So I'm going to put 1 leaf here. Like I said, I thought I had 2, but 1 must have run away. It's probably on the floor and I haven't noticed it. So I'm going to look really quick and make sure. Yep, there it is. Hold on. All right, so then we're going to take our other leaf. And put it over here. And then I want to just float my, my flower with my dimensionals. And I always say, don't be afraid to use your dimensionals, right? We'll do this, 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 and that. I always put lots because I don't want it sinking on whoever is the lucky recipient of this. Okay, and like I said, we'll just kind of, that's the bottom, so I don't know, do we float it that way? Yeah, I think we're going to float it that way. Okay. And then, of course, we need some embellishment. Now, these are from an online exclusive, and they're called the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink embellishments, or gems, I guess they're called. Now, again, if you join the club, if you place that $50 order before the 10th of this month, which you still have time, you'll get the 3 embellishments that you need. You don't need to necessarily order these, but if you like them, go for it. They're perfect for this little project because I think I've told you a million times, my rule of thumb is you stamp it, layer it, and embellishment. So we always embellish it, and we always have to have some embellishments. So let's see, we'll pull one of these off. Whoops, that went flying across my desk. And we'll put the other one there. And I always kind of like to do a little bit of a triangle. So that would be your first project for the monthly club. All right, let's move on to project number 2. Okay, the second project is a 2-pocket or a double pocket card. And this is what it looks like. And you can either put little seeds in there or a little whatever gift card. And then you have this little piece of paper that you pull out in the back. So I'm going to show you really quick how to do this. So this is a 12 by 12 piece, and you want to make sure that you have it, if there's images that have a certain way to go, you want to make sure that when you make your first cut, it's going the right way. So we're going to cut this paper down to 8.5 by 11. So we'll do that first. So you're going to cut it to 8.5 by 11. So there's our 8.5, and then we're going to turn it and cut it to 11. Okay, and we're going to save this piece because we're going to use this. This is going to be part of what we're doing. Now this just needs to be folded, so, or done into quarters. So you want to lightly score it because, you know, DSP is a little thinner. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4, and then we're going to turn it and score it at 5 1/2. Okay. So we're going to need our score cutter again, but I'm just going to put that aside for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it, and you could use your bone folder to get nice, crisp. If I had my bone folder, I know it was here someplace, but of course now I can't find it. So we're just going to give it a nice, crisp fold. And I am trying to find my bone. You know, I have a million of them. I don't know why. There we go. And then I'm just gonna give it so we can see the score line just a little bit better. Okay. So we have that piece then. And then what we want to do is, for me, it's easier if I say, okay, on the right hand or the left hand side of the paper with it sitting portrait, I'm going to cut this score line up to the center. Okay. So I'm just cutting it up to score, and you can use your cutter to do that. But for me, it's easiest to have reference of on my left-hand side, I'm cutting the score line up to the center. Okay, so now you might have to mess with this a little bit, but you're gonna fold one back or forward and one back. And I think I've just folded it right. So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna flip this over and bring it. So see how this is coming the correct way? Its orientation is correct. So I'm going to do that one more time for you because I know it's a little confusing. So I'm going the right way here. I'm folding the bottom forward. I'm folding the top backwards. And then I'm flipping it under. I'm flipping the bottom under. So now this is my top. And you can see that the orientation is going the right way. So I'm going to open this up again, keeping it like that. And I'm going to take this corner, both sheets of paper, and I'm going to fold it into a triangle. So I'm bringing that corner to the edge, okay? And this is where I want to use my bone folder again. And you fold it, and there's your first pocket, okay? So it's coming through, that's your pocket. And we're going to glue it down when we're finished. Your second pocket, we're going to open this back up. I know this is, again, where it gets a little confusing. And I'm going to take this corner. So think of it, it's opposite of the blank space. And we're just going to fold it down a little bit. We don't need a whole lot. You can kind of decide what you like with it, and you'll see in a second what it's going to look like here. Oops, I'm not doing a very good job. So now we're going to close it back up like that, and then bring it up. And now we have our double pocket. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so that's what you do. Look at the rerun to see exactly what I've done. Now I'm going to take my tear and tape, and I'm going to, and I'm going to do along the edges, okay? Because I don't want it to flap open. So I'm going to open it up, and we're going to put some tape along here, and let's pull that off right away, and we're going to close it because you don't want the things falling out of your pockets, okay? So we're going to do this here, if I can get it off. Of course I can. And then I'm just going to take a little piece and put it under that little corner there too, to hold, just to hold it down, okay? So we're folding that over, it's held down, and now we're going to fold this over, okay? Does that make sense? And then now it's closed on the bottom and nothing's gonna fall out. So now I'm going to do this edge here, okay? Just right along the edge. And it's probably best if you just start here and go all the way down. So do this and go all the way down, right? And pull that tape off. And there you have your double pocket card. Now you might want to put some there too, so we're going to do that. I should have probably done that before I closed it up. And it doesn't have to be, if you do what I did, all you need to do is stick some right down here. Again, you don't only want to go along the straight edges, because otherwise you're going to close your pocket up, and you want to put it as close to the edge as possible, okay? So there you go. That's much better. So let's finish that off, and we're going to take this piece that we had cut off, and we're going to use it as a belly band, and we're going to just bring it around the front, or put it at the back and bring it around the front, and we're going to die cut. We're just going to kind of finger fold it for the middle here. And we're gonna we're gonna punch out a punch to get some, close it, because you can see it doesn't quite overlap, but we're gonna use a shape to hold that together. So I'm gonna use no, this is not Coastal Cabana. Yes, it is Coastal Cabana, isn't it? Oh no, it's Summer Splash. Okay, so I'm just gonna punch out the hexagon, the heartfelt hexagon. And hexagon, not con, and we're going to put some glue right here and right here, and then we're just going to lay this, center it on top, so now it'll be closed up. Okay, so you have it just like that. I'm just holding it for a sec. Beautiful, coming together. All right, so let's make our little card that goes in first. And again, I'm going to just use Summer Sun. But first, before we do that, this piece that we had, this big piece that we had left over, this is currently 3.5 by 12. We're going to cut it down, 2 inches on the end. We're just going to take 2 inches off. Maybe. Okay. And then we're going to cut another 1/2 inch off of here. Now this is just trash now, but this is going to be our little ribbon that holds this card. I'll show you in our sample. See how this has a little ribbon coming off, or a paper ribbon, if you will? So it will hold our card together. So I'm just going to fold it in half, and I think we'll use that side. I'm just going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to put glue on the insides. And I put this on the outside of my cardstock only because I felt like it would maybe be a better hold on it. So just kind of eyeball it. I'm already a little crooked there, so we'll move it over, or a little off center, so we'll move it. And then you're just going to fold it down to the back. So yes, they'll see that on the back, but I think that's okay. And then we're going to take our white and lay it on top. And then you can stamp whatever you want, or handwrite a note. This could be a great birthday card, or birthday gift, or a little Mother's Day. I did not have a Mother's Day stamp, if you can believe it. So I didn't do it as a Mother's Day. So that's the little insert that goes in the back. How fun is that? And then they just pull it right up, right? All right. And then we're gonna have some flowers, sunflowers that go in there too. You could do any little flowers. But then we're gonna do our middle piece here, which we're gonna just stamp. And this is the happy birthday from, again, you can use whatever stamps you have. This is from the Unbounded Love. That's the happy birthday. And we're gonna use the new Secret C. Fun, fun. And I'm just gonna stamp this right here. Beautiful. And take your 1 3/4 punch and punch her out. Okay. And then you're going to lay this just right in the center. And again, if you join the online club, you're gonna get these punch outs too. You would just need to do your own stamping. Okay, there's that. And then of course we need some embellishments, right? So we're gonna use the cute little butterflies. I love these things. They come in handy dandy for sure. And I think I might need some more. We've been using them like crazy. So we're gonna take a butterfly and just put it right up there, just to give it that little extra something, something. And that is the double pocket card. And you can see here, I should have probably maybe put some, wherever you see little gaps, you can just put some tape in there, and that will make it as just beautiful as can be. So there you go. That's the second project. All right, so the last project is going to be utilizing the strip that we had, because we don't want it to go to waste, right? This is a whole 12 by 12 that you're using in multiple ways. So what you're gonna do with this piece now is you are going to score it long ways, going at 1 1/2. Let me just make sure I'm gonna do this right, because I wanna make sure it comes. So actually I'm gonna do it this way. So my orientation is running to the right. So we're gonna do that at 1 1/2 and then at 5 1/4. Okay. And what you're gonna do here, and then you're done with that, you're gonna fold that down and we're gonna fold that up. So that's why I was saying the orientation is going this way. Now it's going wrong on this side, but that's okay because we're gonna attach it to a card, so it's not gonna be seen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my glue here. And because this is so small, well, I guess I should have showed you what I did before. So this is what I did. Because this is a 3 1/2, if I tried to put tape on the inside, we wouldn't be able to get our seeds in there. So I'm just gonna wrap it with ribbon. So I'm gonna grab, let's see what ribbon we have left. I'm gonna grab my Summer Splash, because that's what that is. And I'm gonna take about 12 inches, I think, 11 inches. And I'm going to tie my ribbon around the top here, around that little flap, but I'm gonna tie it off to the side. If I can, I will tie it off to the side. I'm just gonna knot it. It doesn't need to be a fancy bow or anything. So we're just gonna knot it real quick. Sure we are, right? And we're gonna do that. Oops, and let's trim her down. And then I'm gonna take the back piece for it. Isn't that pretty? I love this paper. It's like one of my favorite. Again, it's Florals in Bloom, and it's in the annual catalog. And Gonna do that. Hold it down a little bit, make sure it's nice and good. And then we're gonna do our little tag. So you can see here that I have little herbs left here. We're gonna just slide that right into the pocket and it's gonna fit perfectly. Okay, so then we're gonna take this new stamp set called Blooming Phrases. And again, you can use what you want. This is not something that it has to be this one. You could do any kind of flower or saying or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch that out. And we're going to go ahead and use this new set, which I just think is so adorable. Let me show it to you real quick here. It's called Blooming Phrases. And you can see these little lines. These can be used as the stems for the flowers. So I'm going to show you really quick what you can do with this. If I can find all my stuff. Okay, here we go. I keep hiding it. I just do big old piles everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to take what I just punched and I'm going to use this for a thank you. And we are going to use the thanks that's on here. And I think what I'm going to do is use my Petunia Pop as my thanks. And I'm going to run it across the top of it so I have room for my flowers. Okay, so we have thanks there. And then I'm going to use the stem as a stem. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And see, I'm just inking that little portion. And you don't want to go too crazy high because you need your flowers. Your flowers have to have some room there. So I'm going to go a little bit lower on that one and a little higher on that one. Cute, cute, right? See how easy that is. And then we're going to take our Summer Splash and use that for the flower. Oops. Make sure we get all our stuff in there. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to take this and put my dimensionals along the edges only so it runs with the ribbon. Do that. That. And that. All right. I think we just have enough power and we'll be done. And then we're just gonna run that right there. And you have a cute little thank you to give to a coworker, to teachers, whoever. So those are the 3 projects for the month of May. And like I said, you still have time to get in on it if you'd like to. You just need to place that order by May 10th. And I'll send you the supplies for these fun, cute projects, even including the seeds. All right, you guys, thanks for stopping by and happy stamping.